Hello everyone, today I wanted to make another video about disc resurfacers. I have upgraded my machine and I wanted to give it some time for me to get a first impressions of it and really test it out. I think the machine comes with 800 minutes on it when you get it, and yeah, I'm almost down to 400. So I've done around 400 minutes of disc cleaning, which I feel was enough for me to give an honest opinion and review on the machine. If you don't know, I bought a JFJ Easy Pro. I have a whole video about this. That broke within a year. Then I bought a VMI 2500, which I liked. It was a quality machine. I did have to send it in for repair a few times, but I did like it. But there was some things that I didn't like about it, and I wasn't really sure if it was doing a good of a job as it should. I wasn't exactly sure. That machine was around $1,000. The JFJ was around, when I bought it, it was like $100. I know now they're a few hundred. And this machine, MSRP is for $2,000, which was more than I ever wanted to spend on a disc resurfacer. But the good news is they had a sale. I don't even know when I got this thing, maybe 4 months ago or 3 months ago. I don't even remember, but it was on sale for $1,000. And when I saw that, I knew that I had to buy it. If you don't know, these sell used for more than that, like $1,200, $1,300 used. So really, I should have probably bought some to flip, but I didn't. And I always this machine was always kind of interesting to me because it does use, it is like water cooled and has the solution in the back. And I've always heard these do a really good job. I know a lot of big corporations, a lot of big, huge game sellers, which is mainly what I am, use this machine and they really like it, and they have many of them. So it's a machine that I was always interested in, and for $1,000, I decided to bite the bullet, and I'm glad that I did. I'm actually really impressed with this machine. I think the hype is worth it. I'll keep you guys updated if I have any issues with it, but as of now, damn, this can clean some discs. Like, I will say, this is a really good machine. I also did buy, which was another huge benefit of this machine for me, because my other machines could not do this. If you do not know what this is a GameCube disc adapter, which I'll show you guys in a minute how you can put a game in it, so it'll focus. Anyway, you put a GameCube game in this tray, and you put it in just like any other disc, and it works well. So now I just kind of wanted to talk about my experience with this machine. This machine is really easy to use. It's a little annoying to set up. You have two bottles back here. I know it's really hard to see. Like, one's like a white cleaning compound, and then one is just distilled water. It was a little annoying to set up because you have to fill up the bottles, and it was kind of hard to dump the distilled water in there. I definitely spilled some on the floor. So, but anyway, that was a little annoying, and then you have to like hold certain buttons down and pump it through. It's all easily findable information online, but that part was a little annoying compared to my other machine. My other machine, you just put the big pad on and hit go. So this one did have a little more startup, but once you have it set up, it's really nice. One thing you will have to keep in mind, I believe it's I can't remember how much time it is in between, but eventually the screen will say, you'll be going. The screen will say clean pads. I believe it's maybe 20 minutes or 40 minutes. You can correct me in the comments, experts out there, but you can see these are the pads. These are actually dirty ones. These are ones that I cleaned recently. So you'll have to take these out, rinse them in the sink, and kind of scrub them down and kind of get all the leftover compound off of the pads. Not a big deal, and the machine comes with 2 sets. So what I end up doing is I'll just keep going, and then I'll set a set right here that's dirty, and then I'll use these, and then once both are bad, then I'll give them both a clean. They do take a while to dry out, so that is something to keep in mind. If you're doing an insane quantity of discs at once, you may want to buy more of these, the basic pads. There's also these pads, which these I really only use for PS1 games. They're the fine finish pads or something. I forget exactly what they're called, something like that. And yeah, they do give the discs a bit of a cleaner look. And on PlayStation 1 games, you will see slight swirling marks on this machine. Not nearly as bad as my last machine. And these basically make them look like brand new discs, which is awesome. Sometimes they do look really good just using these pads. It just kind of depends. So these are mainly, I would say, used for PlayStation 1 games, or if you just want your disc to look super nice. Like if you're selling like a $500, $600 game, you want that slight little edge of how it looks, these might help you out there. They're not for removing big scratches. They're more to use after you already use these pads. This machine does support Blu-ray discs, but just like my VMI 2500, I don't really use the Blu-ray function too much because it doesn't really remove scratches in Blu-rays very well at all, which is to be expected. I expected that when I bought it. Blu-ray discs are just really tough, and the scratches in them, if they have scratches, it's hard to scratch a Blu-ray disc. And if they do have scratches, they're usually very deep, and they're not going to go away with the Resurfacer, unfortunately. I will give a demonstration of this machine. I'll have to try to find a scratch discs to put in here, just so you guys can kind of see. It's obviously in a video, it's going to be hard to tell, but it does a lot better job than the VMI 2500, which again, that was not a cheap machine. I kind of regret buying that machine, but the deal, this wasn't a grand when I bought that machine, so I do have to keep that in mind. Here's the little chip. If you guys didn't know, these machines have a chip system on that little gray thing there that you have to buy, so they only have 800 minutes on them, which my other machine, they only had 500 minutes and they're the same price, so it gives you a lot more time than my other machine did. People sell hacked chips where like I don't know exactly how it works. You put this chip in the device that you buy, and then it's called an unlimited mod. I might get one of those one day. I think they're around $100, but a lot of the sellers are in the UK, and they don't sell them on eBay really, so it's kind of hard to get your hands on them. So I don't know. I might, if you guys have any experience with the unlimited mod for this machine, let me know how that is. I'm sure it's well worth it because these chips are around $100, so they're pretty expensive. But you do get new pads and you get a bunch of other stuff, and you get the compound and everything. But I think there's alternatives of things you can use to basically use the machine for free, and I probably should start looking into that soon. So yeah, I guess now we'll go into a demonstration. I'm going to look around and find a few discs that we can try out here and just kind of demonstrate how the machine works. Actually, before I do that, I do want to talk a little bit about the buttons here. It's very simple, as you can see. There's a start button, which I'm sure you could probably figure out what that means. The stop button, so like if it's going and you want to stop. But these have many different features, like you can see how long things have been used. The function, this is for changing, so BD is Blu-ray disc. So there's a little slightly different process, I guess, for the Blu-ray discs. Yeah, so really simple to use, and the machine starts, which I really, really like. It saves so much time. Right when you push this down, the machine will start, which we'll see in a minute. And the start button is actually technically not used to start the machine, so I guess I should have explained it a little better. So you put it down, the machine starts. The start button adds a minute to the timer. So you'll see this will be counting down. If you want to add another minute, you hit start, add another minute, start. So it's pretty easy to use in that way. And there's a lot of like button combinations, like you hold start and stop to like pump the compound, and there's a lot of little things, but again, this is all well documented on the online manual. So I'm going to find a PlayStation 1 game, I'm going to find a normal CD style game, and I'm going to find a Blu-ray disc, and I'll show you guys the results of resurfacing them now. Okay, I found some test subjects here. So first we'll start with the PS1 game, because I think this will be a little harder. You can see very scratched, some deep scratches, some circular scratches. Like this is a pretty bad disc. Like this is one I would definitely want to put in for more than the time. So I'm not going to cut here. I want to show you guys. So this disc, you can see, I mean, it's been through some stuff. So let's see if we can make it look any better with this machine. One other, I guess I'll talk as we're going here. So we close it. Machine's immediately going to start. So you can see 30 seconds is the default. We'll add to a minute. That might not be enough time. So how this works is it's going to count down, it's going to do a few beeps, and then the top will open. So right now it's still cleaning the disc. It will say drying on the screen too, and it's drying, which is awesome because another huge time save is I don't need to use these microfiber cloths anymore. The disc will come out pretty much spotless every time. Occasionally, you will see a little bit of residue on the disc, but it's really not a big deal, and it's not very frequent. This is with the standard pads right now. If we need to, we'll try maybe I'll show you guys the mirror finish pads too. I don't use them too much, But when I do, I'm always very impressed. Like I said, with the PlayStation 1 games especially, they're a really big deal. The other discs, I really don't think you need them. So drying, and that is part of the time that you're spending as well. And this is a CD, so we're just on the CD DVD setting. Okay. And then here's our PlayStation game after. So yeah, still scratched, as I kind of figured. Just like any machine, you're not gonna get deep scratches out. But so here's what we're mainly gonna focus on here when showing the mirror finish pads. Do you guys see like the little, like, it's hard to say, like, describe it, like, see like all the little lines kind of going around the disc? See if I can, yeah, see how you can really see them well. It's kind of like almost foggy looking. So we're going to switch out the pads, and we're going to see if that kind of clears that up. But yeah, in normal lighting condition, you guys got to remember, we're under like ridiculous lighting. If you go to where you're not under a freaking spotlight, and any normal person buys this game and looks at it, look at that. It looks perfect. Oh my God, there's hardly any scratches on it. You got to remember, a lot of people that are buying these games are not going to be like this. Although, if I was taking a picture on eBay, I'm going to show it like this. And you're going to see all these scratches, which kind of sucks. But that is what it is. I like to overpromise, or under-promise and over-deliver on that kind of stuff. So, but this will definitely play, for sure. Like, it definitely looks a lot better. It needs some more time, though. Like, that kind of disc, I would say probably needs like 3 minutes for it to look really good. But this is just a little demonstration here, just to kind of show you guys the process. So putting the mirror finish pads on, it's just held on with Velcro, so it's really simple in that aspect. And you don't have to change any settings on the machine. You just put it in. We'll just do 30 seconds of this. See the top's transparent, so you can see the disc actually being cleaned, which I like that. And you can see the difference here between the two pads that we have. These ones are kind of more fresh, and these ones have been used a bunch. So yeah, I also for the test games we have coming up, I have a super deep scratch, like normal DVD style game, and then a normal scratch DVD style game. This machine is gonna work the best for normal color CDs and DVDs. PS1 games are always going to be harder just because they show every little imperfection. So the mirror finish pad, you can see it just has a more shiny appearance, and it doesn't look as like foggy as it did before. As you can see, the scratches are still there, but it looks better, especially from a first glance. It just does not look at all. Like, to me, this is not an obviously resurfaced disc, so it just makes it look less resurfaced, I guess you can say. So not a great example here, because the disc did have really deep scratches. This machine will make a normal condition PS1 game look absolutely freaking spotless. It's amazing. I should have probably gotten one that didn't have as many scratches, but you guys got to just take my word for it. Like, if you have games that just have normal amount of scratches, and like this game was extremely scratched, it makes it look a lot better. You can see under this lighting, it looks pretty good. So now we're going to move on to the next one. This is a Wii game, as you can see, and this is my challenge. Okay, this is the final boss right now for the Resurfacer. Look at this disc. I mean, that is horrible. There's no way that will ever play, and I really don't know if these are going to come out. This is kind of a ridiculous test. To me, this kind of game, I'm going to throw in my... I sell like lots of games that for parts like that don't work. This kind of game I wouldn't even bother resurfacing normally, just because I don't know if it will play all the way through. But for the purpose of the video, we're going to do that, and we're going to give it 3 minutes. We're going to really try to get this Namco Museum looking good. Actually, we gave it 4 minutes, so that's going to take a while. So while that's going, we're not going to cut. We are going to look at the rest of our game. So this, I would say, it looks pretty good. Condition on it now, I would say, is maybe like, I don't know, like maybe it was like a 1 out of 10 before. Now I'd say it came up to maybe like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10, depending on the lighting that you're looking at it in. But as I keep saying, this was a really bad example. We do have a PlayStation 2 game. I think this was the light scratched game. Yeah, and this one you can actually tell was through like one of those Walmart crappy resurfacers where it leaves all these marks, but you can see there is normal scratches too. So yeah, very scratch, but these are light though. You're gonna see these are gonna come out and it's gonna look really nice. Here's a Blu-ray disc. This was in my threw in my parts pile. I didn't bother with this because I just knew it wouldn't resurface, but you're gonna see these are gonna still be there after we resurface it. Maybe some of the lighter scratches are gonna come out, but this I can already tell you is not gonna look that good. Not really showing this resurfacer in a good light, am I? I'm making it look terrible, but it is really good, trust me, guys. And this will look really good after. You guys will see. This is what I would consider a normal disc. Has some scratches, but not outrageous. This is going to look really good when it's done. And most resurfacers cannot do GameCube games. Even most game stores that I go to can't do GameCube games, which to me is really embarrassing. Like, if you're a store, you should be able to do GameCube games. But we're going to demonstrate that as well with the GameCube disc adapter. The disc adapter is like $10 or $15. I mean, it's basically an essential. Like, if you have one of these machines, you own one of those adapters. I think that's a really fair price, too, for it. Let's see how much time we got left here. We got 2 minutes left. We're going to see if that disc looks good, then you guys got to give it some credit, this machine. It's always hard to demonstrate stuff like this because there's so many variables. Like, this is kind of also a little weird, like, but I really do think this is going to look good afterwards because if you can't feel the scratch on the disc, this machine's going to take it out. And a lot of sellers, if they were selling this disc, they would hold it like this and they'd be like, great condition. But you guys can go on any of my listing, any disc that I'm selling, that I'm showing the back of, you're going to see a reflection of a light like that, or the light bulbs over here that are really going to show those scratches. And I feel like these lights over here even show them more. Like, this is even more pronounced. They're like super bright lights. And yeah, you can see this disc looks terrible. So it all depends on how you're holding a disc. But obviously, if you sold this in great condition, you would get a return for sure. So yeah. So what I think is going to happen, this is going to look really good, this is going to look really good, this is going to look exactly how it is right now. It'll take the fingerprints off, though, which is nice. And then, yeah, this is just, it is what it is. You could definitely sell it, though, now, like that, and feel a lot better about it, because before it was pretty ridiculous looking. This machine also is really, really, really quiet compared to my other one. You guys can hear the sounds of it now. It occasionally just makes a little clicking noise. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys can hear it. But it's not too loud, and it's really nice. Oh my god, I just noticed we're a complete idiot. We have the freaking mirror finish pads on. Oh my god. I just wasted like 4 minutes. Wow. Well, I guess we'll see if it takes out scratches or not. I'm an idiot. See, that's what can happen if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. But, damn, look at that. Even with the mirror finish, that looks a lot better. You can see that looks 1,000 times better, and I would actually wager that it would play. Has definitely, these ones down here are really deep. Those are going to be hard to get out, for sure, especially using the mirror finish pads, but wow. That looks really good. That is amazing that it came out with the mirror finish pads like that. So we're going to take these off now. Wow. I'm an idiot. Take those off. I need to clean those probably too now. And we'll put the standard pads back on. That's amazing, though, that it really took all that out. We'll do the GameCube game next. So we got our disc adapter here. It's super simple. I mean, it's literally just common sense. You get the disc, and you go like this. And there's a little adhesive in the middle. Mine's probably needs to be replaced. They give you replacement adhesive when you buy it. But I haven't had any slipping or anything like that. So this disc is going to come out really good. You guys can see it has definitely some deep scratches. This one right here is probably not going to come out, but the rest of them should come out, and it should look really nice. So we're going to put it in. $30 seconds. We'll just give it 30 seconds. I don't know if that'll be enough, but it might be. This is what I do a lot of times. I'll just let it run for 30 seconds, and if that's not enough, then I will add time onto it. I'll just put it in again and add time. Because with this machine, you are kind of paying for the minute, so you do want to try to use the least amount of time you can. And you can see the 30 seconds is really quick. Like, it's no time at all. So by the time you know, test the game and put it back in the case, the next disc will be done, which is really, really nice. Okay. So, yeah, it looks a lot better, but again, it doesn't look great. See, it looks better in this lighting. But yeah, this is like a disc that I would run again. But you can see 30 seconds made a big difference. And for a game like this, a cheaper game, I actually probably wouldn't even bother, because that's going to play for sure. Got a couple little scratches there, but nothing major. You can tell, like, that's a good disc. And again, a normal lighting like this, like, wow, it looks brand new. It doesn't have one scratch on it. So it all just, you know, depends. This is going to turn out really good. Again, let's just give it 30 seconds, and if that doesn't work, we'll put it in again. So, PS2 game with many light scratches, I would describe it. Extremely scratched, but light scratches. And this machine has taken out scratches from like the Xbox 360. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the circular scratches where, like, if you move the console while the disc is playing, it does take those out too, which those are pretty deep. I'm really surprised. I'm gonna have to find another disc for these pads to do as like a final boss for this. Because I'm a little disappointed that we used the wrong pads and it took forever. Yeah, that doesn't look great. We're gonna run that again. So let's put that in again. We'll add to where it's a minute. We were probably being a little ambitious with this. And 30 seconds on that, because it was a pretty bad looking disc in all fairness. These are all discs that were just in my pile I didn't want to deal with, so it might be a sign of that they might be hard to resurface. The fact that I didn't want to resurface them. A lot of them just aren't worth resurfacing. Here's a little look at the little stickers for the GameCube adapter. These bottles over here are for my old machine, the VMI 2500. With that machine, you have to get the disc and put this little cream on the back of the disc. So again, that's another time-saving thing. You don't have to do that. This, you just put the disc in, push it down, and you're good to go. Just dry in. It's taking extra long. They're really drying it off. Yeah, why is this taking so long? Okay. You can see that looks good. Like, that looks pretty good. Still a few little minor scratches in there, but wow. I mean, think for what this looked like in the beginning. That is a huge improvement. So, awesome. Again, that will definitely play. So this is going to be a disappointment. Like I said before, Blu-ray disc. And these aren't even that deep, a lot of these scratches. We got one big one there, but the rest of these aren't super deep, but there's just a lot of them. For a Blu-ray to be this scratched, I mean, that's just ridiculous. So, like I said before, hit function, change to Blu-ray disc, and we're just going to put this in for 30 seconds. Because I don't want to waste no more time on this freaking chip. On these games that are not going to clean up at all. You're going to see this. It's going to look better because the fingerprints will be gone and all the dust and everything, but the scratches are going to still be there for sure. And I just don't understand. If you guys have had luck resurfacing Blu-rays, let me know. I've never had luck with Blu-rays. I don't know. For some reason, they just never turn out good for me. And with the Blu-rays, I forgot to mention, see, I forgot about this. You're going to see it's going to come out like this. So just use a towel and wipe it off. See, I got a towel down here. Prop my phone up real quick. Just wiping the disc off. I'm going to use some alcohol even on it. Really get it off. So again, the Blu-ray discs are just kind of annoying. If you guys know of a machine that does Blu-ray really well, let me know, because I do have a lot of Blu-ray disc games that have scratches in them. And I don't know how you get scratches in a Blu-ray disc. Well, honestly, that I'm looking at it now in this video, it does actually look better. But yeah, it's never gets all the scratches out. I'm not really too happy with these games that I chose here. I'm going to find a couple just normal, what I would consider normally scratched games. This actually turned out really well. I'm impressed with that. And just to kind of give you guys, because these are more extreme cases, I would say most of these. Let me find you guys a couple normal games that have scratches in them that we can remove. Okay, here we go. We got 3 all-time classics to do here. We'll do Brawl first. This was the least scratched out of the bunch, but you can see it's got definitely some scratches. But again, this is like a normal disc that you would find out there, I would say. Normal condition. It's got a lot of fingerprints too, which if you guys deal with discs a lot, the fingerprints are actually kind of hard to remove without scratching the discs. So just to be able to get them off is really nice. You can see I got my Wii here, just testing Wii Sports. I was resurfacing some games off camera. But yeah, you guys are going to see the normal kind of condition games are going to be really good. The extreme cases on this machine, you do have to put in for a long time. This one did not clean off very good. It's really odd. It might be because we just did the Blu-ray setting. That looks good, doesn't it? I'm going to wipe this off real quick in a second. We'll start the next one. This one, Wii Sports, was pretty bad. Yeah, this has a lot of deep scratches. So again, this is kind of more extreme than normal. Put that in for a few minutes. I'm going to wipe this one off real quick. Set the camera down. I don't know why it came out like this. I think it's just because we just used the Blu-ray setting. And I never used the Blu-ray setting, so I'm not used to that happening. So after wiping it off, that looks really good. You can see there's a couple scratches down there, but the rest of it looks really nice. I would say that's a great copy of the game. Let's put it in. See if it works. This is normal load times. There we go. Smash Brawl. Awesome. Take that one out. I'll make sure I boot into the menus later. I just don't have a Wii remote. I don't know where it is right now. Handy. Here's the Donkey Kong Country Returns that we're gonna do. Just scratched and very fingerprinted. I guess kind of some big ones here, but they're not super deep. They should come out. So yeah, this is like if I got a game at a yard sale, this is kind of what I would think it would look like. And a lot of sellers would just send it like this, which is crazy, but we're not doing that. So you can see this is drying off right now. So hopefully it actually comes out looking good, as it should. We're on the CD setting, DVD setting, so. There you go, that looks good. So I'm gonna set that down. We'll start Donkey Kong. I don't know how long to put this in. Let's just try 30 seconds. See how it looks. And if we need to run it again, we will. So yeah, that's just a little moisture. Wipe that off my pant leg here. Screw it. Yeah, you can see that looks pretty much really good. There's a few little scratches up here, but the rest of the disc you can see going all the way around looks really good. So you just kind of want to be looking where I'm showing the light right now, so you can see up there a little bit, and then around there's really nothing. Let's pop it in the Wii and see if it reads the disc. And then by the time this happens, Donkey Kong, so you can see Donkey Kong's already done. Let's evaluate Donkey Kong while we're waiting for it to load. Or this is, yeah, Donkey Kong. You can see that little thing up there. Again, it just needs to be wiped off a little bit. Yeah. So sometimes there's a little residue left over, like I said, but I'll have to wipe that fingerprint off in a minute. But minus that fingerprint, looking really good from where we started. Like, Remember how all those giant, big, long scratches, those are all gone in just 30 seconds, which is awesome. Let's wipe that fingerprint off real quick. For fingerprints like that, just like to use my shirt. What the hell's on the game case? Is that a freaking bug? What is that? I don't know, it's just like all ripped up. I'll have to replace that case. But, got the fingerprint still there a little bit. That looks good. Still there, I'll have to wipe it off camera. I'm telling you guys, the fingerprints are annoying. So that Wii Sports worked. Don't know if I showed it or not. And last but not least, Donkey Kong Country. This game kicked my ass as a kid, I will say that. So definitely one of the hardest games I remember playing. Probably the hardest game I remember playing as a kid. God, ridiculous. And Donkey Kong. So, what do I say about this machine? I don't know if I would spend $2 grand on it, but if you guys can get it on sale like I did, I think it's a really good machine, and it's really good for just normal condition games. If you're someone who's constantly getting discs that are like ran through a dumpster, like I get a lot of those, I guess, but it really is a game changer. And if you're a video game seller or DVDs too, and CDs, if you're into that stuff too, this applies. If you're a seller of them on eBay, it's a necessity to have a resurfacer, because you're just going to get so many scratch discs, and that's going to just make it look so much better. And even this, like, it isn't perfect, but like if someone got this in the mail, they're going to not have it in a photo booth. They're going to get it and they're going to look at the disc and say, oh my God, it looks mint. You know, like, look at that. It looks perfect in this lighting. Like, so in a normal condition, these discs are going to look perfect. Like if I had these out in an estate sale and anyone picked them up and flipped them over, they would say they are literally brand new, but obviously they've been resurfaced. And yeah, that's basically the video, guys. I recommend the machine. It's hard to demonstrate things like this, in my opinion, and I'm probably not the best person to be doing it, but I own the machine and I own all this stuff, so I feel like it's worth showing someone's experience. And I really do like the machine, and I do recommend it. I don't know, maybe buy a used one. I don't know what to say on the price. I mean, maybe it is worth $2,000. I don't know, but that's up to you to decide, really. So anyway, thanks so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and yeah, good luck out there finding some games. Bye.